another issue, and I'm probably going to catch a lot of
no, you're not here, not on the ADHD podcast.
But I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like we have lost touch with gender roles.
Yeah.
We have so many women trying to be men. We have so many feminine men out here who want to play the role of the man, but you're just as feminine as me. I feel like that is a lot of what's going on in dating. People don't know their roles anymore. And I feel like society has completely just changed what we were originally put here for.
All right. You crazy. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the ADHD podcast with your host Shane Black and Sade Shantae. Today, this is a special day. Yes, and we have, I'm going to call her the best chef in the world right now. Chef D is in the building. I'm going to clap it up for you, Chef D.
Thank you.
Yes. You go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself. And yeah, just a little bit, because this girl can cook.
Just a little
taste before we get into the topic.
Hey, I'm just out here overall trying to feed my people, trying to feed us something that's going to keep us here longer than McDonald's or any other place. I'm here for vegans, whatever your specialty is, but I'm just always here trying to make sure that our people are thriving and growing, and even if we have to do that through food or mental health education, you know?
Nice. Thank you for coming to the show. You know, we really, really look forward to hearing your input. So today, Sade, what you got for us?
Okay, so today's episode will be about dating challenges of today.
Okay.
So we have 3 different perspectives. We have Shane's perspectives. He's a heterosexual black male. We have my perspective. I'm a lesbian black woman. And we have Chef D's perspective, and you are...
We're going to say a heterosexual black female for now.
Okay. We're going to go with that.
Okay.
We're going to go with
Cheers
that.
to that.
Cheers.
So, speaking to that, I want to let the ladies go first. The challenges, we're going to talk, let's say in the last 10 years, since we're grown, the last 10 years, the challenges that we face. We've seen on social media, we've seen in person, and we've seen, I want to say, work relationships as well. Can anybody speak to that?
Yeah, I'll start. I think, although I'm in a relationship right now, before when I was dating, I think some of the challenges that are faced with today's society is social media. Okay, so I feel like you judge a person before you even get to meet them from their social media account. Every time that I was dating, I would go and look at their social media and be like, oh, okay, so this person likes this, they're doing that, they're doing this, just to make sure everything was adding up, like words was adding up with the social media, which is not right. I feel like you should really just take the time out. I think before they used to take the time out to get to know each other. They used to take the time out to court each other. They used to take the time out to talk to each other on the phone or write letters even. And now it's just like everything is just so instant. I can know so much about you just from going through your social media. I know that you do film. I know that you like media. I know that you have a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? So I'm just judging you right off the bat. So I think that's like what's probably killing us as dating, and that's probably why our marriage rates are very low in the millennial generation.
Okay. What about you, Ms. D?
Personally, I feel like dating is just a complete landmine. Like, the wrong step and everything can just implode on you. I do agree with you. Social media has definitely taken the humanness. It's the humanness out of it. Me getting to know you, everything, like you said, everything is done instantly.
It's microwavable.
Yeah, nobody is coming to the door to pick you up anymore. Everybody texts you, "Hey, I'm outside."
I mean, if you
know,
right.
it's no more actually getting to know each other face to face and learning and understanding each other. Another something I think is the problem is sex. I think sex is so overly sexualized in society now that it has become the forefront of what people consider a relationship. People think because we start off having sex, you're my boyfriend now, or you're my girlfriend now. And we totally miss all the steps and just jump right into the bed, and then we wonder why once the sexual chemistry has died down or that the newness has worn off, we wonder why me and this person don't get along, or why we're constantly fighting, or we look up and now we have a baby and we can't get along because we skip
baby daddy, baby mamas.
And all of that comes from skipping the steps. You need to start from the beginning to get to the end. You can't start in the middle and expect the same results that somebody who did it the right way. And not necessarily saying there is a right way, but we know what's not working. We do know what's the wrong way.
We know what's not working. I see it. That's a good point you made, knowing what's not working, because I mean, I can speak from, my point of view, having, to not pick and choose, but actually go out and the selection process is like, well, if I don't talk to you consistently, and in my mind it might be like every other day because we have a life, because I don't want to be on top of you and smother you, because that's the first thing you're going to tell me is I'm smothering. But if I'm trying to get to know you and I give you some space to breathe, what is being inconsistent? Like if I say, okay, well, I'll talk to you Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I give you that space to breathe, are you going to think less of me because I didn't talk to you Tuesday and Thursday? Or I didn't care about you because, you were at work?
Inconsistent.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm one to be inconsistent and trying to, build that, that bond that, hey, I'm trying to get to know you. But when you got this, you're swiping left, swiping right. Your inbox looks way different than mine. Mm-hmm. Your inbox is flooded with people who ain't about nothing. Maybe. Oh, okay, I can go out to eat.
Some people are like thoughting for like drinks and dinner. Like, no, this is a real thing. Yeah. Like you're only trying to go out because you want
a meal.
Because you want a meal
or a drink on their
it's so
tab.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And then we wonder why we're not married. We wonder why we're not having kids at alarming rates. I looked up a statistic the other day. Did you know that 51% of black men don't have children?
And,
that's a lot.
But it's but based on society, it makes you think every black man you see have 5 and 6 kids running around here.
Right.
And it's so funny.
This was pushed on the media.
Yeah.
Black men are not having kids.
No, I'm not. I don't have kids right now. And it's not because I don't want to. It's because I think about, hey, if I want to have a baby, I want to make sure I have it with the right one. Her head is on right. Mm-hmm. Her morals are on right. She got a relationship with both her parents, or if just one, or just some kind of relationship with somebody other than her girlfriends. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm like? Hey, I don't mind it that you don't, but I love communication. Mm-hmm. If I can't talk to you and you hop on social media and then vent to them instead of venting to your man, that's a problem.
Communication is the main recipe for a successful relationship. How can you have a relationship without communication? Even a friendship, even something that's platonic, you have to have communication.
Yep. Or it's not going to work.
And another thing I'm going to speak to before we move on to the next or whatever you got on the notes. Mm-hmm. People don't talk no more. Like, I want to say, if I meet somebody today...
Why? I just text you.
Huh? right. You just took it out. Right. They don't talk.
Why I'm going to call you?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm going to just text you. Right. When I was dating, it was so many women, like, just texting me.
Just,
and I'm like, I don't know if I'm old school or not, but you have to call me. I don't know you.
The tone.
Like, we have to have a conversation.
The tone.
I need to know how you pronounce your words. Like, hello?
Can you form a sentence?
Okay, see, that's where we defer.
Here we go.
I am not a phone person. I don't like to talk on the phone.
When did that start?
It definitely started when I got older and I got busy. When I got busy and I started having other things to focus on versus just sitting on the phone all the time. I'm a person, if we're going to talk, text me and let's get in person. We'll really discuss it more when I sit down. I don't want to sit on the phone. I'm too busy to sit on the phone, so I understand the text conversation, but let the text conversation be leading to a sit-down meeting. Mm-hmm. Let's get in person and let's really get to communicate and get to know each other and go from there. And then if we have something to actually sit on the phone and talk about, then let's talk.
Yes.
But I'm not going to sit on the phone and waste time with you.
Right, mm-hmm. But I like the fact that you led it to something. I know people that just say, all right, well, text me. And that's it. Now I'm texting you a paragraph and you text back. I don't want to read all of that. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what's the point of sending you a text message that you wanted
that you're not going
to read?
Mm-hmm. I also think there's a time and place in your life in which you should be dating. Like if you've already perhaps reached your pinnacles of success or something like that, then probably that's the time when you should be dating. Maybe not dating while you're trying to get it, unless you already have a partner that you're going to build with.
But you don't want to stop life. I mean,
No, you're not stopping life, baby. You're focusing on what you need to get done. So you can be a whole person, and then you can meet another whole person. You guys can be a whole unit together.
Correct.
I look back and I feel like I shouldn't have dated so early on. I should have focused on what I needed to focus on. And then probably later on I would have met somebody that was already focused, already had everything together, and then we can come together as a team.
Yes.
But you have to fall on your face. You have to learn, okay, well, I'm not good in this area. Let me focus on another area. I think with, our culture and our people, we're so quick to, hey, let's have kids young. Let's
live together.
Live together.
Some people teach that.
But see, that's the thing. And what I've seen so much of is because, like, while I kind of slowed down and kind of read the room, I was like, wait a minute. So I made a post on my Facebook and my Instagram. And I said, a lot of people value having a kid more than having a 2-parent household.
Wild.
Which is crazy to me because now you got a kid to grow up without a parent in the house. So when that struggle, that pain, that I need a second person.
So are you saying that you should get married before you have children?
I wouldn't say have a plan, because a lot of people out here are rushing to have kids because their clock is ticking, and I respect that. But at the same time, you have to have things in order before you sit down and say, well, I'm gonna lay down with such and such. And you don't want that. If you don't see a future with the person you lay down with, wrap it up.
Procreate.
Yeah, wrap it up. I don't knock anybody who having kids, but
so like
you have to have
a Nick Cannon who just likes having.
Well, that's Nick Cannon.
That's different though.
That's a Nick Cannon.
Oh, is that because he has money? He's good.
But I mean, his kids are good. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about the kids.
But what about the 2-parent household that you spoke about?
Right, but then who are the kids gonna look up to? Mom and dad, not just dad. Because
although he's outside of the household,
boom,
he's still present.
He's still present.
Is that the privilege of having money? I'm just asking.
I would say, I wouldn't call it a privilege, but it's kind of like a add-on. Like, you don't have to say, I'm gonna raise my kids with a babysitter. This man's making millions of dollars, and he's taking pictures, going trips with his kids, and you see it.
But that could be for social media.
It could be for social media. It could, but we don't know.
Okay.
You don't hear about him and Mariah no more, so
right.
Is that good or bad? She's, you don't hear about her his other. So I think as someone who would love that family one day, you just gotta know. You just gotta know, like, hey, if you who I want to be with, we gotta talk. We can't just lay down and say, all right, well, we gonna have fun, but we can't just say, well, wrap it up, don't wrap it up, because that's when shit happens. And then I get hit with the, oh, it just happened. No, it didn't happen. You laid down. A plus B equals C. I'm not gonna be, and I don't ever set myself up for failure saying, well, I don't have a job, so I can't support my kid. I don't want my kid living off the system, because I already know what that's like. Coming from the city. But then I had 2 parents that really fought for me, and I didn't want to live that life. I went to a good school, and I got things that I worked for, and I got things that my parents looked out for me for. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm privileged, but at the same time, they didn't want me in the streets. They didn't want me in the gangs. They didn't want me in drugs. They don't want me in jail. But I learned. I've been to those places. I know people in those situations, but that doesn't make me less of a man. You know what I mean? So, I think if we as a culture, if we as a people, sit back, relax, and think before we act. That's all I'm gonna say. We just gotta think before we act.
Can I say one more thing before we switch topics?
Go ahead.
Going back to the initial question of this, what's the issues with dating?
Yeah.
Another issue, and I'm probably gonna catch a lot of
No, you're not here, not on the ADHD podcast.
But I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like we have lost touch with gender roles.
Yeah.
We have so many women trying to be men. We have so many feminine men out here who want to play the role of the man, but you're just as feminine as me. I feel like that is a lot of what's going on in dating. People don't know their roles anymore. And I feel like society has completely just changed what we were originally put here for. And it's gotten lost in the mix, and now everybody feels like everybody can do what the other person can. And somewhere in there, we still need to stop and take a step back and realize that if we look into our DNA and our chromosomes, there is still an XX and an XY. Somewhere in there is a difference, and we have just totally starting to ignore that. And I feel like that is a lot of what the problem is with dating, and that leads into so many other avenues and issues. But to sum it all up under one umbrella, people have lost their identity when it comes to gender roles.
You believe in gender roles?
I absolutely do. I do. Not necessarily saying they don't change with time and the world that we live in today, but I do. They do evolve. But I do feel like there are gender roles. I mean,
I think there's a. I don't know, man, but I think there's a clash with the fact that women are less likely to be incarcerated than black men. Women are more likely to be educated than black men. Women are more likely to earn more than black men. So, with those statistics being factual, I just feel like there may need to be some type of role shift with the role of a black man in the relationship.
I think that,
although I feel like black men are definitely needed. So
you're right about the school, the education, as well. You know what I mean? Like, I feel you.
Those are stats.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, but when you have that much to hold as a woman, and then you look at your man, and you're like, well, you know, I'm just saying, you look at your man, you're gonna go to your homegirl and say, well, I made more money than my nigga that last year, so I don't need him. So you're gonna have.
See, I don't feel like it should be like that though.
But it is.
It should be a team though.
It is.
That's what it's supposed to be.
But that's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
But it's not.
So if I made 150 and my nigga makes 100, then
we made 250,000.
Right.
But that's not the way the world views it.
Because in the world, they're gonna say,
why are you here?
Why are you here? Your money's your money, and my money's your money. Me as a man, my money's your money. Your money's your money. You're not gonna put in the pot saying, hey, we made 250. Nah, he made this and I made that.
No, we made 250.
Right. See what I mean?
I made 150.
Right. See what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's and you know, if me as a man making 150, you as a woman making 150, I'm not gonna say, well, you made this, I made that. No, because I'm the provider. By society.
Are you the provider at that point? When your woman makes more than you?
In society standards, and what am I gonna do? Well, you make more money than me. If a guy come up and rob you, and I'm standing right next to you, you make more money than me. So
give up your money.
You're a protector though at all times.
But that comes with the role, right? We're talking.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's the difference. You can be a protector and not be a provider. You can have other equity in the relationship besides providing.
But is that gonna be viewed when y'all go home at night? Is that gonna be? Is that gonna be the conversation?
I get exactly what you're saying.
Is that the conversation when y'all lay down? Say, hey, damn, babe, we got robbed today. I'm sorry. Like, what is that gonna do? What is that gonna do for the relationship? Should I say?
So what's your role when I don't get it? Like, if you and your wife is getting robbed, what are you doing?
I'm protecting, but at the same time, if she makes more money than me, is what I'm saying. If she makes more money than me, she's gonna look at me less of a man because, hey, we got robbed. You protected me, but then what? Like, I'm gonna look for somebody else who's fitting that standard, or I guess can cover what didn't happen. Like, if I'm like not 6 feet.
Oh, you're saying financially cover, or you're saying protecting?
Both, because guess what? I'm not 6 feet.
So you're not doing either?
I am.
We have pistols.
We do. Not everybody. We do.
You should. That's another.
Oh yeah, that's another topic for another day.
Black people need to carry guns. We'll have that topic.
But I'm just saying, as somebody who is a protector, as somebody who was raised to protect.
Yeah, like give me some effort at least, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Go down swinging at least. Yeah, but I mean, like, not a lot of us.
I were to date men, I would want to be protected. Like,
right.
Please.
But then, well, even if I protect you and I got my ass beat, what you gonna say? Well, he got his ass beat, but he protected me. That's good. But your homegirl gonna say, well,
what type of woman is this?
Yeah, let's say, what kind of female are you?
No, it ain't me. This ain't me.
Black woman is this?
See, that's nothing.
All right, let's move on. We two on this. Okay, so the next question is, do you date outside your race? And Chef D, do you date outside your race?
I have dated outside of my race.
Do you see yourself long term with someone outside of your race?
I could.
Remember, long term.
I could. I don't really look at race. We all people. If I don't like you on the inside, then I just don't like you. I don't care what color you're on the outside. If you're just a douche on the inside, you can be purple, you're still an asshole. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it really doesn't bother me much. I do see where I do have friends where it does bother them, and they feel like it makes the other person in the relationship. It makes the us in the relationship. They make them feel like they're weaker for dating outside of their race. But me personally, I don't care. I've done it. I've dated it all, so I don't care.
Okay. You say?
No, I've dated all races, and I'm open to it. My thing is, I'm not worried about what y'all think. If it's just me and her going to bed at night, like, that's what it is. We're happy, and I'm all for my people. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for my culture. I'm all for my people, but that's where, we got to be on the same page. If we're not working together as a unit, I don't care what color you are. I can't be stressed every night. I can't be arguing every night. I can't be working for 2 and 3 and 4 every night when you're like, oh, well, my man make all the money, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it. No, like, okay, well, come home to a dirty house. Okay, well, come on. Like, it's a lot of stress that we bear as black men anyway. Like, I'm open to it. So I love my sisters, the brothers. Yo, if y'all love what y'all love, stick with it. I just think that I'm not gonna have my life be, put in jeopardy with somebody of my race, and they don't want what's best for me or us. You know what I mean? Because you got to come outside yourself. You're not with yourself. It's not you anymore. It's a partnership. It's a team. So that's how I look at it. Like you said before, I look at it as a team. Whatever color we are, we gonna work at it. Like, it may look bad for a second, but guess what? We together.
Why do you say it looks bad?
Because what do we look at as if we're walking in the mall and we see a white person with a black person? What do we say? Damn, how they get such and such? How he pull that? How she pull that?
I think that's if you see if you see a 10 with a 5. I don't think that goes with the color.
Yeah, but
see, me personally, I feel like
she said a 10 with a 5.
I mean, you gonna question
yeah, you gonna question it.
But I do feel like dating, when you're dating other races, your relationship and the obstacles that you guys face is totally different than dating someone of your own race. You know what I mean?
You got a different battle.
Can they understand your experience
and your life exactly
in this world?
And that's the thing. That's where, but see, that's again where you have to communicate. This is where you have to teach.
Will they ever be able to understand our experience?
I don't think anybody would ever really be able to understand.
We're, like, across the world, like, we're the most oppressed, we're the most hated.
Absolutely. And the crazy part is the black women.
Disadvantage.
That's even the black women. We are the most oppressed, not the black man. It's actually the black woman. If you really look at the stats,
really?
Yes. Because here's the thing: how many of our black men go? How many of our black men have?
Oh, did I mess up?
No.
How many of our black men have, or have you? How many of our black men have you seen in the media bashing us as black women? Black women loud, and black women are this, or black women are that. We are, and we're considered a stereotype, and this is what's crazy to me. My dude, I catch my dude cheating, I go upside his head. I'm an angry black woman. A Latin woman does it, and she go upside her dude's head. She's a spicy Latina.
Spicy.
But it's the exact same thing. We're doing the exact same thing, but we're the ones who are made in the media to look like we're the aggressive, angry, all of, and that's not always. But that's not the case. And again,
I think,
who's there to defend us? If our own black men are out there, but guess what? We not turning our backs on our black men.
No one.
So with that being said, who is there to take care of those?